In this lesson, we'll be talking about the Pythagorean theorem. Now, Pythagoras was a Greek philosopher and mathematician. He made a lot of contributions to mathematics, and this is only one of his contributions to our understanding of geometry. So the Pythagorean theorem is the theorem that comes from Pythagoras. Now, what's a theorem? Well, a theorem is simply just some sort of a statement that can be demonstrated to be true using math. Okay, so this is something that can be proven to be true using math, and it came from Pythagoras. It's called the Pythagorean theorem. And you may be familiar with this theorem, or you might forget it. Doesn't really matter at this point. The point is, we're going to look at it. So it's a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Okay, so what's a, what's b, and what's c? Well, this is all about triangles, and not just any triangle, but right triangles. So for a triangle that has a right angle in it, we can label it like this, where A, B, and C are the lengths of the sides in the triangle. Now, A and B are called the legs of the triangle, and C has a special name. It's called the hypotenuse. So the hypotenuse is the longest side of the triangle, and it's always directly across from the right angle. So it's very important that you put the hypotenuse in the right spot when using the Pythagorean theorem. If you don't put it in the right spot, then your calculations are not going to work. So commit this to memory, a squared plus b squared equals c squared, where c is the hypotenuse. A and b, the order doesn't really matter. They are just the other two sides, the legs of the triangle. So let's work through some examples. For each of these triangles, we are to determine the missing side lengths. So in the first one, this is our missing side length. In the second one, this is our missing side length. In both cases, we know two of the sides, and we're missing the third. They're both right triangles, which means for both, we can use the Pythagorean theorem. Now remember what I said about the hypotenuse. In the Pythagorean theorem, C is the hypotenuse. So for our first example, what is the hypotenuse? Is it 5? Is it 3? Or is it this unknown side? Well, remember, the hypotenuse is always directly across from the right angle. So in the first instance, this is our hypotenuse. Let's just call it C. So now I can plug my numbers into the Pythagorean theorem. Remember, C is the hypotenuse, so we'll just leave it as C. A and B are the legs, or the other two sides. So we can say A is 5, or we could say A is 3. It doesn't really matter as long as A and B are just the other two sides. So we'll end up with this, 5 squared plus 3 squared equals C squared. And now we just keep doing the math, order of operations. Let's do the exponents first. 5 squared is 5 times 5, which is 25. 3 squared is 9. And c squared, well, we don't know what it is, so we're going to say it's c squared still. So we have 25 plus 9 equals c squared. Well, 25 plus 9 is 34, so 34 equals c squared. A lot of people are going to stop here and think that they're done, and they're going to say, well, the missing side length is 34 centimeters. But take a look here. It's not c equal to 34, it's c squared equal to 34. So how do we calculate c? Well, we have to do the opposite of squaring, which is the square root. So you're going to use that square root button on your calculator and take the square root of 34, and we'll find out that c is approximately 5.8 centimeters. Now in our second example, yes, we're still using the Pythagorean theorem because we have a right triangle, but notice this, our unknown side is not the hypotenuse. A lot of people are going to write 10 squared plus 12 squared equals c squared, and they're going to be wrong because this is not the hypotenuse. So this missing side does not go in the C spot. This is either A or B. It's one of the legs. So make sure you're putting the hypotenuse in the correct spot. Let's just call this side A for simplicity. So we will end up with a squared plus 10 squared equals 12 squared. We'll do the exponents. 10 squared is 100. 12 squared is 144. So we have a squared plus 100 equals 144. Well, how do we isolate for a squared? We have to move the 100 to the other side of the equal sign, and as we learned from our algebra unit, we have to change the sign to be the opposite operation when we cross the equal sign. So we end up with a squared equals 144 minus 100, which means a squared equals 44. And remember, you're not done yet. This is a squared is 44, but what's a? It's the square root of 44, which is about 6.63 centimeters. So don't forget, the location of the hypotenuse in your Pythagorean theorem is very important. And you might have to do a little bit of rearranging if you're trying to solve for one of the legs. Here's example 2. A ladder is 10 feet long. That's the symbol for feet. The bottom of the ladder is placed 4 feet from a wall. How far up the wall does the ladder reach? So when you're solving a problem like this, you want to visualize the situation. So try to picture in your mind's eye a ladder leaning against a wall. Okay, the ladder is 10 feet long. And that ladder is placed 4 feet from the wall. Well, here's the wall. 4 feet from the wall would be this distance here. And the question's asking, how far up the wall does the ladder reach? Well, that would be from the ground up to where the ladder is touching the wall. This distance right here. Let's just call it h. H for height. Now, I don't know about you, but anytime I look at a wall, I notice that it's perpendicular to the ground, at least in most cases, unless it's a poorly made wall that's leaning. But I think it's safe to assume that if we're talking about a wall, it's going to be perpendicular with the ground. So let's just add that detail to our diagram. So now we have a right triangle. We know 2 sides. We want to find the missing side. This is exactly like the last example. So pause the video, see if you can solve this problem, and check back in to see how you did. Just be mindful of the placement of the hypotenuse. 10 feet is the hypotenuse, so it goes over here. We solve. We get 9.2 feet. So therefore, the ladder reaches 9.2 feet up the wall. If you didn't get this and you're struggling and you can't figure out where you went wrong, let me know and I'll do my best to help. Otherwise, move on to the practice questions.